What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to another Miggles update. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Okay, so if we start out by just taking a look at Mr. Miggles, you can see that Mr. Miggles is currently at a $37.2 million market cap. And if you look at the chart, we've had a very nice breakout from the bottom. If you use the measuring tool, you can see we're up about 96% from the lows. That is honestly exactly what you want to see when the market is starting to break out. Now, to be honest with you though, this isn't really anything to do with Mr. Miggles. If you look at Bitcoin, you can see that it's exploding. Bitcoin is currently at 121,900, and it actually reached an all-time high of 123,200. And what's crazy to see is if you guys have been watching my channel for the last year, I had Bitcoin drawn on this massive bull flag originally. And there were a lot of people who were calling me crazy for saying that Bitcoin could hit a measure move around 118,000. And you can see that finally at this point, we have smashed this measure move. This is awesome to see. But as I said, because Bitcoin, and if you look at Ethereum, Ethereum's also pumping. It's at 3,057. But because they are pumping, it's causing Mr. Miggles to pump. I'll go over Ethereum again in just a second. But if you do come over and you look at base Memecoin's rank, this is where I love Mr. Miggles. And I point this out in almost every Miggles video. But I love the Mr. Miggles volume. So you can see that Mr. Miggles currently has 5.4 million in volume. That's higher than Benji right beneath it. It's higher than Doginme. It's higher than Keycat. It's higher than Ski. And as you guys know, Doginme and Keycat both have Coinbase listings. I point that out all the time, but if you have a Coinbase listing, you should have higher volume than Miggles. That's just the reality of the situation. But the fact that Mr. Miggles has higher volume than both Keycat and Doginme is very bullish to me. And understand, centralized exchanges love volume. Now, obviously, I am not in a centralized exchange's position. I'm not in Coinbase's shoes. However, if I was looking at this objectively, Mr. Miggles is the clear choice for a next listing. Now, does that mean it's going to happen? No, it does not. But Mr. Miggles' volume is very good. Now, if we come over and we take a look at the Mr. Miggles X account, this is where things are interesting yet again. They have not been super active on here recently. They went from posting on here multiple times a day or even at least once a day. But it's been a couple days since they've actually posted something. Now, it doesn't mean they're not active though. If you look at the replies, they did reply. You can see that Coinbase posted right here 8 hours ago and Mr. Miggles replied to it 8 hours ago. But the reason that I find it interesting is because last time Mr. Miggles went quiet, it had a massive explosion a few days later. Now, again, I'm not saying that that is going to happen, but if you look at the chart, you can see what I'm talking about. So I'll just go ahead and zoom out so you can get a better idea of this. But Mr. Miggles, as you know, goes parabolic when it starts to move. Obviously, the initial launch, it pumped over $100 million market cap pretty quickly. It then consolidated for a very long period of time and even retraced to a $12 million market cap. After it went to 12 million, it then pumped up to around 188 million in just a few days. This was a parabolic explosion. It then had a huge sell-off, went beneath 30 million, and then pumped back over 100 million yet again. And these moves happen quickly. Now, this move that you're seeing right here could have been the actual breakout. However, market conditions were terrible at the time. So because you have terrible market conditions, Miggles is going to get sold off with the rest of the market. And that's kind of what you're seeing right here. But if you look at what Mr. Miggles is actually doing behind the scenes, it's incredible. And I love this post right here from Crazy Raj. Nothing to see here except two partners, Pengu and Miggles. Think now. And you can see right here, Mr. Miggles, see you soon, Pengu. And then one of the leads at Pengu says, see you, Miggles. And if you come over to CoinMarketCap, you can see that Pengu is currently a massive project. Pengu is at a $1.7 billion market cap, and it's up 91% in the last week. So I understand right now things might seem quiet, but I heavily recommend still keeping your eyes on Mr. Miggles. What they are doing behind the scenes is incredible. They are networking constantly. I've been pointing this out for months, but they are also constantly attending events. That is how you build your network. Now, I do also want to take a look at Ethereum, as I was saying though. So if you look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame, we actually had a very nice close. We closed at $2,973. That got us back above some of these previous lows right here. In my last video, I said I wanted to close above $2,930, and we did end up doing that. Now, do understand Bitcoin and Ethereum are both getting a little bit overbought right now. However, there is a lot of macro momentum. So when I see a lot of macro momentum, I would not be shocked if we continue pumping. And especially in Ethereum's case, if we see Bitcoin continue pumping, then I think Ethereum has a very good chance to also continue pumping. And the fact that Bitcoin had a weekly candle close with basically no wick to the upside is awesome to see. That shows that there's very little sell pressure right now, and it means there's a very good chance of having a continuation candle. And as of right now, that's exactly what we've had. And I know I pretty much only talk about crypto, but if you look at the S&P, it's also doing very well. If you watched my market update about 2 or 3 weeks ago, you know I had the S&P drawn in this bull flag. And I said that we had oversold stochastics and we were retesting the 21-day moving average. And you can see that we broke out of this flag perfectly. So the S&P, Bitcoin, and Ethereum are all ripping. But if you look at Ethereum right now, you can see that it's still underperforming Bitcoin overall. Yes, it is up 19.7% in the last week, and Bitcoin's only up 12%. But if you look at Bitcoin dominance, it's still incredibly high at 63.6%. During the last altcoin season in 2021, Bitcoin dominance was ranging from 48% to 39%. So just keep that in mind. But honestly, that's about it for the update today. Keep your eyes on Mr. Miggles. I have been saying all along, but this is absolutely one of my most bullish projects. But if you guys are interested in Mr. Miggles and you guys are interested in getting into projects super early like Mr. Miggles, then I always recommend taking a look at my Discord. We've been printing in here this entire bull run. If you look at the all-time gainer list, we have hit some massive multipliers in here. And if you look through the crypto gain section, we're printing pretty much every single day as a community. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. It'd be awesome to see you guys in there. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about Mr. Miggles. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.